Okay, so matter of fact, I should turn on the light so you can see me. I was trying to turn on the light so you can see me better. But anyway, so really quick, I just wanted to, and I haven't been on here a long time. Um, I've had some contents here, but I've been busy with tax season and moving and build a new team. I have not had time to sit and edit all of these videos that I had actually recorded, especially to upload what I did. So moving forward, I'm really just gonna start going live a bit more often on here. So because it's easier, it's easier. Anyways, guys, so I just wanted to talk to you about modern dating. I really feel like I've made a lot of introspection, um, and I think that it'll really help you guys see things a little different. I really want to address modern dating. I don't have a fancy video title for this yet or a thumbnail. I'm gonna add one later. So probably by the time you guys get to see it, it's gonna have one. But I really want to address why or the trap of modern dating. And let's start with I want to help give perspective to people who are good or they're kind hearted, they mean well, the person who, if you are the one who typically end up carrying the weight of the relationship. And I'm not talking about the people who are used to doing so little that when they finally do start providing or having more requirements from their partner, a partner who typically has more self-esteem, that they start getting required to do more, that little more and that resistance to do more is that, oh, I've done so much. No, I'm talking about the people. I think it's time that you guys actually start being called out, because you guys are the problem. One thing I cannot stand is when people just sit and they do stuff over and over and over again. It's like at some point you got to realize that there's a pattern to the way that your relationships go and the problems that you face in those relationships, which are basically a sign of a life lesson that you need to work out. If you can come to the point where you're saying over and over again, that was the past, but you're still doing stuff that was in the past, whether you're meaning well and you're trying to fix or save people or help them and they don't want to deserve to be helped. Because let's be honest, people, I know everybody likes to say that you're not better, that there's no one better than the next person, but that's some feel good bullshit, because there are good people and there are bad people. And to teach and indoctrinate people into believing that everybody is the same is damaging, because everybody is not the same. You're trying to give fair shot to people. That's what it leads to. You trying to give fair shot to people who don't deserve a fair shot, because they're not giving a fair shot. And when they are given and they receive a fair shot, benefit of the doubt, etc., they take full on advantage of the people and or the situation, and then throw their hands up and walk away from the fire that they just created. And oh well, that's over. And they just start all over again. So let me talk to you and let me show you or walk you through how it is that you stay in these relationships with these toxic people for far longer than you're supposed to, and that you really should. And it's because we spend too much time trying to understand somebody who they don't understand themselves. It's not your job to try to decode them and all their problems and everything that they're going through. Is not your job, because I can guarantee you a lot of the times those people are in their ego and they're in their feelings, and they're going to put their impulsiveness and their primal needs, like if they have codependency issues where they can't live on their own, if they're codependent financially, if they're codependent emotionally, where they need somebody to be around them all the time, talking to them all the time, engaging or texting them all the time, going everywhere, doing everything with them all the time. Like they can't go to the store by themselves, they can't find a shopping apartment or house by themselves because they don't know how to. They need somebody there to walk them through it. They're calling their mama, they're calling all of these people, who they think would or should be able to help them. And, that's codependency. Okay. If you're in a healthy relationship, if you're in a relationship, you should be interdependent, where you guys should both be able to depend on each other. You shouldn't be in a relationship and feeling like you're the only one in the relationship. You're independent, and you shouldn't be, codependent. Because if you're codependent, I'm going to be flat out honest. You may not agree with me, and that's okay, because I'm not here for you to agree with me or to make friends. I'm here in this video to portray a message to you. If you're codependent where you feel like you need somebody because you can't make your rent, you can't make, this, you can't do that, or you don't know how to be alone, you have separation anxiety, all of those different things along those lines, for whatever reason why you can't be by yourself. I'm watching the time because I have a Zoom starting pretty soon. But long story short, you guys, I'm gonna say that there's a 99.5% like chance that you are not in a relationship, but more or less in a trauma bond. You guys are there because you share similar traumas and that you lack similar or complementary um deficits. Maybe you guys are both codependent because this person, or you're both together because this person has a need to control, and this other person is a people pleaser. If you're a people pleaser and you feel that you have to basically perform or provide or bend over backwards in order to get somebody to like you or stay with you, buying their affection, you are a people pleaser. You are a people pleaser. And it's okay. You know, if it may not feel good you saying that, but you need to know you're a people pleaser. You have been conditioned over time, usually from childhood, or treated a certain way to make you feel and believe that if you don't do certain things, or that you have to do all these extra things and compete in order to keep someone's attention. I'm watching the time. You are a people pleaser, and you need to figure out why that is and let that go, and understand that you don't got to do all of these extra things just for somebody to stay with you. But at the same time, on the other end, for those people who are selfish and they take advantage of people pleasers or people who are kind, you know, just because you're not getting all of those things on your list met doesn't mean that you just, you know, discredit those people and find them useful, or that, that you don't find them useful, or that you discredit them in any way, or, you try to take advantage of them. Like, you definitely don't do that, because sometimes they're not willing to, because what are you providing? You have to know the difference. You can't, even though it's toxic, you're going to always find a giver with a taker. Okay? You're always going to find a giver with a taker. Why? Because you have it to give and you're willing, and this person is willing to receive it. They're willing to even take it from you, even if they're not giving it, to receive it. And so you're always going to find that, but it's harder once you start, it's harder to be taken advantage of. You start to grow resentful. And even if have healed that part of you, and you start to look back and are welcome and open to receive, you realize that maybe before you were dealing with people that they guilted you into not asking them for things, or tried to convince you into that, or that they were just plain out not reliable. You needed to deal with a different type of people so you can still share, you can still be open, just not with those people. You can't be so willing and open to help everybody because not everybody's willing or able to help you. A lot of the times, that's where the term that people who bite the hand that feeds you, that's where that term comes from. So, just heal. Don't feel the need to save people and have that savior God complex that you need to take advantage of people on the opposite end of the spectrum. Um and if your needs, which are, if they're fair, if they're not being met, then you need to learn how to amicably end that situation, without damaging that person on the way out. Okay, so that there's no bad blood. Don't allow people to keep bridges open, doors open, unlocked, or cracked, so they can come back in whenever they feel that it's convenient, or try to put you on the shelf. If you feel mutually that, hey, this is just something temporary, that's one thing. But don't take away somebody's choice to decide by misleading them and then having them figure that out what's going on their own. And on the other end, don't be sitting there trying to figure out what all this person is doing, because I guarantee you they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves and how that makes you feel, and you're an afterthought. So you need to make sure that, okay, my needs aren't being met. Sure, everybody's been hurt. Sure, everybody has childhood traumas. It's not your job to decode them. Let that go. I guarantee you, you're gonna be a whole lot freer when you do. My name is Destiny. I got a Zoom meeting to start at 2. I'm hiring, so I'm gonna be out. Take care.